Greetings, traveler. Sit by the fire, and let me tell you a story from my youth. A tale of gods, monsters, and destiny. My name is Perseus, and this is my story. I was born under unusual circumstances. My mother, Danae, was locked away in a bronze tower by my grandfather, King Acrisius of Argos. He feared a prophecy that said her son would one day kill him. But Zeus, the king of the gods, visited my mother in a shower of gold, and soon I was born. When Acrisius discovered me, he cast us both into the sea in a wooden chest. We drifted until we were rescued by a kind fisherman named Dictys on the island of Seriphos. He raised me as his own, but our peaceful life didn't last. King Polydectes of Seriphos desired my mother and wanted to get rid of me. He cunningly sent me on an impossible mission to retrieve the head of Medusa, one of the Gorgons whose gaze could turn anyone to stone. Determined to protect my mother and prove my worth, I accepted the challenge. The gods took pity on me and offered their aid. Athena, the goddess of wisdom, provided a reflective shield, so I wouldn't have to look directly at Medusa. Hermes, the messenger god, gave me winged sandals for swift travel, a magical bag to safely contain the head, and a curved sword sharp enough to decapitate the Gorgon. Hades, the god of the underworld, lent me his helm of invisibility to evade detection. My first task was to find the Grey, three old sisters who shared one eye and one tooth. By seizing their eye, I coerced them into revealing the location of the Gorgons. With this knowledge, I flew to their lair. There, amidst a chilling scene of stone statues, former victims of the Gorgon's gaze, I found Medusa and her immortal sisters. Using Athena's shield as a mirror, I carefully approached Medusa while she slept. Her snake hair writhed and hissed even in slumber. With one swift motion, I beheaded her, and from her blood sprang Pegasus, the winged horse, and Chrysaor, a golden giant. Placing Medusa's head in the magical bag, I quickly escaped. On my journey home, I came across a tragic scene. Andromeda, a beautiful maiden, was chained to a rock as a sacrifice to a sea monster. Her mother, Queen Cassiopeia, had boasted of Andromeda's beauty, angering the sea god Poseidon. I was captivated by Andromeda's plight and vowed to save her. With Medusa's head, I turned the sea monster to stone and freed her. Andromeda became my bride, and we journeyed back to Seriphos together. Upon our return, I learned of Polydectes' continued cruelty towards my mother. Enraged, I stormed into his court and revealed Medusa's head, turning Polydectes and his followers to stone. With peace restored, Dictys was made king of Seriphos, and my mother was safe at last. I returned Medusa's head to Athena, who placed it on her shield, the Aegis. Years later, I traveled to Argos. During a sporting event, a tragic accident occurred. I threw a discus that struck and killed an old man, my grandfather, Acrisius, thus fulfilling the prophecy. The sorrow of this unintended fate weighed heavily on me. Despite this, I went on to rule Tiryns and founded the city of Mycenae. My legacy lived on through my descendants, including the legendary Heracles. My story, filled with divine interventions and heroic deeds, has echoed through time as a testament to the will of the gods and the strength of human spirit.